All right, let's get the show on the road. Let's get everything started. Oh yeah, let me turn down the volume. That's kind of important, right? Could I make like the video the big one and then the game the small one? Maybe. Who knows? Honestly, I could make this like bigger. In fact, it might actually make sense. Make it like that big. You know what? I might keep it there. Keep it that size. That should be good, actually. Yeah, that actually... I might actually keep it this size from now on, to be honest. We'll see, though. Oh, yeah. Setting up all the shit. I need to make default tags. Oopsie. Default tags for my live streams. That's kind of important, isn't it? In fact, I think I'm gonna do that right now. Upload defaults. What? I already have them there. What the fuck? Maybe it's a different thing. Like live stream defaults? Whatever, we'll see. Alright. As always, audio check, check 1 2 3, check 1 2 3. Sounds pretty good. Let's see something. It actually looks pretty good too. Hold up. I upped the kilobytes per second on the stream some. Let me check something. See how good it looks on screen. I like how there we go. See how good this looks. Watching my own stream. Alright. Oh yeah. Oh, what the fuck? There we go. I think it looks slightly better. Still blurry, but it's like I can maybe make it 5,000 kilobits per second. But that'd be kind of pushing it, to be honest. We'll see. This is pretty good so far, though. Let's put out the notification that I am live. Reaction and farming. All right. Now, what was this about again? Hold on. Oh, it was the way. Wait, didn't I say that I got bored of this? We'll see, hold on.
Demographic replacement of those of European descent is a phenomenon that every Western nation faces. Originally, those who spoke about this topic were branded as conspiracy theorists. However, the reality of white people becoming a minority in their ancestral homelands is no longer regarded in that manner.
Already. I think I was here.
But there's enough of a public backlash against it that advertisers might want to say, hey, we don't want to be involved in advertising here, or we don't want to be involved in this particular thing. And that sort of public pressure is usually what gets this type of content delisted.
So you're saying now you can have millions of views, you can have a 96, 97% positive ratio. People love your videos, but you'll get banned because the 3% who are disliking your video are so powerful that the advertisers will listen to them, YouTube will listen to them, and your speech goes down the toilet.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question, and we'll see if you can engage in good faith. Do you think only 3% of people in society are offended by views related to white nationalism or ethnic majority white people needing to be a necessity for the future of countries' destinies? Like, do you think only 3% of people in society are offended by that? Because you made it sound like just because you're getting 97% thumbs up or whatever doesn't necessarily mean
videos with millions of views
doesn't necessarily mean that the overwhelming amount of people support that type of speech or even want to see it on these types of platforms.
But you see, what you're saying here is that there is a group of people who are undefined, who are apparently seeing these videos that didn't like it, but didn't say anything about it. And because of that group of people, the videos have to be removed. Well, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's the same with Trump. You know,
I mean, like, that can make perfect sense, though. Let's say, like, pedophilia videos on, like, YouTube. People don't like them, even if they don't see them on the site, but they never want to see it on the site, and they like don't want to share the same platform as pedophilia content. And even if the video had millions of views and tens of thousands of like upvotes, does not mean that the majority of that site is not still against like pedophilia content. I don't know. That just doesn't work.
Huge amount of support, roughly half of Americans supporting him, maybe more depending on what you believe, removed from all social networks. Now, that tells you that this isn't being done, this mass deplatforming isn't being driven by large majorities. It is being driven by small vocal minorities or a tiny minority of people who are in control of platforms that have a very politicized agenda, and part of that agenda is ensuring that white people don't advocate for themselves. I don't know who that tiny minority of people could be, but I'm sure somebody in the chat can help us out with that.
So you legitimately believe then that that type of speech, that over 50% of people that are on YouTube are in favor of seeing stuff related to like white nationalism or white supremacy, that these are ideas that they would find palatable to be on YouTube or Facebook?
I didn't say white supremacy. I said white people advocating for their own interests. You then injected white supremacy to make my
very, very, very hard to find one without the other, right? I can have a conversation.
I'm not a white suit. Where
I don't know if you are or not, but half of what you said in this conversation is like kind of not true. So for instance, when you say white people can't have or advocate on their own ethnic lines or whatever, I've had conversations about it before, and I haven't gotten banned anywhere for having this conversation.
When I say white,
but hold on, but like the problem is that oftentimes this is paired with other types of speech, and that's why these people end up getting deplatformed. Is they're not just saying like, hey, like, you know, black people have their own groups, Asian people have their own groups, like Asian people, a whole bunch of different people. Why can they have their own group and white people can have their own group? I've had conversations like this before, and I don't get deplatformed on any of these platforms. So my guess is that when you say, well, you can't have these conversations, it's because there's usually other things that go along with it, like the little joke.
I mean, you're having this conversation now, actually, so you can have these conversations and not be banned on the platform like
You just made about, well, there's a...
I can't speak about these topics while speaking about the topic live in front of thousands of people.
certain minority of people that are controlling these things. I wonder who they are. That's generally the case.
No. Number one, you don't get deplatformed because you are an establishment mouthpiece. You support what the establishment are saying, and you're leading a group of people who all support you down a road of sort of mocking white advocacy. That's the first thing. Secondly, making jokes shouldn't really be illegal, should it? And
no one is talking about making anything illegal, but go ahead.
People who advocate for white people as a group don't just face losing their social media accounts. They face losing their jobs, they face all manner of social problems which are leveled at them by a small and very aggressive minority of people who seek to silence them. But the same minority group that seek to silence whites who advocate for themselves raise up and amplify the voices of other ethnic groups that seek to advocate for their rights and their interests, which exposes another massive hypocrisy. So if somebody came on this stream and said that a black man came on the stream and said that they were advocating for black rights, they were advocating for black people in America or Britain as a racial or ethnic group, nobody would bat an eyelid. But society has been conditioned by a small group of people who've taken control of the media, social media, etc., to basically...
I mean, while I kind of agree that it's a little cringe that, like, white people are made fun of if they try to, advocate for their own race, like, at all. I mean, you can't just ignore the fact that white, advocation in the past has been heavily skewed towards, like, literally just white supremacy and, you know, like, shit like the Ku Klux Klan and stuff like that, right? Like, you can't do one without the other.
Turn a blind eye or walk away from anyone who says they advocate for white interests, because if you say you advocate for white interests, there are social consequences. We are shut down for advocating for our own group, which in the current, larger political sphere is massively hypocritical because everyone else is advocating for their racial group.
So when we talk about cancel culture, I don't think that this is driven by just a small minority of people. When you talk about how people can lose their jobs or they can get deplatformed on large platforms, like, I'm pretty sure that the pressure here is pretty massive. It's not just 3% of the society that agrees with these certain ideas. There's a lot of people that participate in this type of stuff. And I think when you look at like the adpocalypse in 2017 in YouTube over like family-friendly content and stuff, or all of the weird stuff going on with children, like a lot of this stuff isn't just like a small minority of people that are shadow controlling the cabal, trying to control everything from behind the scenes. I think there are genuinely a lot of big social movements that push in certain directions. Now, maybe you'll say they exist, but they're controlled by a minority of people, I guess. But I don't think that it's just like a few people that are driving this. I think that there's a huge cultural consensus around some of these ideas, and then that pushes advertisers to act in certain ways, and then that pushes platforms to act in certain ways. I think that's a far more believable explanation than there is like the shadow cabal, unless we can find them, or I guess unless you could show me them. But maybe that'll be the next part of the conversation we're moving on to.
Well, I was gonna say we did. I made a notation here. The intentional part, right? That is a big part that we haven't really dealt to at this part at this point. Yeah. So why don't we do it now?
Well, no, I mean, I'll talk another point about this intentionality.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll talk another point about this intentionality. I'll give you a great example. If everyone knows that I work in design. If I started Marky C's Magical Design Company tomorrow and put up a job application saying only white people are welcome for this job, or saying that, say, black people are not welcome at my company, I don't want to employ them, I wouldn't do such a thing, but if I did, there would be absolute uproar and outrage. But in Western nations such as Britain, you do have examples where white people are excluded from certain jobs.
Man, I kind of want to debate this guy myself, because he wouldn't really be able to use this stuff against me, because I would just say, yeah, I disagree with that too. I don't care if like the law is the law, and you shouldn't be able to fucking do jobs based on race, no matter if you're a minority or not. Like, I don't agree with jobs that are just for black people or like just for white people. Like, and then you would like need to use a better argument than, oh, we're shut down from speech even though you're literally talking in front of thousands of people right now. Like, I don't know. Wait, PSC burst. God damn. But yeah,
certain positions in the state, certain positions in the media, white people are openly discriminated against in a number of ways, and they're the only people who can be discriminated against. Now, at this point,
Wait, can I ask a clarifying question? So in the United Kingdom, you're telling me it's legal to discriminate on the basis of race against white people? Can you do that for a job?
It's illegal. It's illegal to discriminate on the basis of race, but that is something that doesn't seem to apply when it comes to white people. So I'll give you an example. The fire service in England, they changed their testing. So you needed 90% on the admission test to get in if you're a white male, 80% if you're a white female, and 70% if you were somebody from an ethnic minority background. Now that's clear discrimination. Yet those things are basically rubber stamped and endorsed by the same people who say that they...
I mean, I live in America, so number one, like, Europe is dumb for multiple reasons. The UK is definitely dumb for multiple reasons, and I don't agree with what they did. Talking about America right now, I don't care, or, I mean, that's like the only country I really care about, to be perfectly honest. That's just how I see it. Like, why are we bringing up the UK? Like, it doesn't matter.
They want no more discrimination and they want equality. That isn't equality. And what's happening here is a system of discrimination, just like I was talking about on social media, a system of discrimination that discriminates against white people, turns white people into second-class citizens, and again, this is endorsed by social media, because you can't talk about it on social media. This is endorsed largely by the mainstream media in the state. Now, do you agree with that kind of discrimination?
I would have to see, in terms of like affirmative action, basically, is what you're talking about. I don't know. I would have to see how it plays out in the UK. I can speak to US laws a lot better, but my understanding is in the UK, I don't think you're allowed to engage in this type of discrimination. But
well, it does happen. I mean, even the BBC have posted job adverts specifically for people who are not from indigenous backgrounds.
Saying it does happen doesn't mean that it's legal or allowed. There are a lot of things that do happen everywhere, right? So I'm not interested in like it happened one time, but more so like as a rule, like this is something that's become legal or this is something that's been culturally accepted. These are like far different than this has happened.
But it is culturally accepted. That's what I'm saying. Discriminating against white people is culturally accepted.
In terms of, hold on, stop broadening the conversation. In terms of like job applications or like tenants that can live in areas, my understanding is in the way of the United States, and I'm pretty sure it's some of the UK, there are certain classes that you're not allowed to discriminate on no matter what. You can't say renting a house to only black people, only Asian people, only white people. My understanding is I think that's similar in the UK. Now, affirmative action falls under a special different thing we use for some universities. I don't know if you guys have that for certain types of jobs as well. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. So I can't speak to British law as well as I can to US law. But regardless, even if these things do exist, we haven't gotten anywhere near the intentionality aspect of like a white genocide or a white discrimination. There are other plausible explanations for why we enact these types of policies that aren't just white genocide.
Simple terms. Let me explain in simple terms. Laws are enacted to bring about fairness, to end discrimination, supposedly. And these laws prevent you from advertising a job on the basis of ethnicity. But then, once that law has been enacted, usually another law is enacted alongside it, which states, despite what they've said earlier, that you can't actually discriminate in the workplace on the basis of race, every workplace has to take so many quotas of people, so in fact, they are discriminating on the basis of race, but only in the benefit of people who aren't white. You understand that that's a very simple point.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I never take anything from people like you on face value. So when you tell me, you understand if you hold on, let me just say, okay, because you keep throwing so much together. When you're like the BBC is hiring certain people, right? If you're saying that like the BBC is looking for like a reporter to report in a certain area that has to match like the ethnicity of the area, I can agree with that. I think that that's an okay thing. Even in the United States, we have exceptions for stuff like that. For instance, when if you wanted to make a documentary about Martin Luther King, you're allowed to discriminate there when it comes to hiring an actor. It doesn't have to be equal opportunity. You're not going to have an Asian woman playing Martin Luther King in a movie, right? Much the same that there are certain limited exceptions where asking for people of a certain background.
Why not? Why not? You've got black people playing English kings and queens now. Why can't a white person play Martin Luther King?
Hilarious. So there are certain times where it makes sense where some forms of like discrimination be okay. So when you're saying BBC job postings, it's making me.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. That is kind of a good question. To be honest. I would just say that's also cringe. I don't agree with that either. I really don't like fucking making Link a girl just cause, or making 007, what's his name, James Bond black just cause. Like I don't know. I didn't like that either. It's just.
Me wonder if
like
they were looking for reporters.
They're decent questions if you don't think about it for longer than like fucking 5 seconds, but Yeah, it's dumb, and just agree with it, and then just make him ask a different, better question, and I guarantee you he doesn't. Like,
report in certain areas, in which case I can understand it. If you want to have a broader conversation about affirmative action, I mean, I'm not necessarily in favor of affirmative action. There are some cases where I can see it being the case, but when you bring up BBC job offerings, this is what is coming to mind for me. And it sounds to me like you agree that there are larger laws in the UK that make it illegal to hire somebody or not hire somebody, at least on the basis of race or sex, or there's probably other protected classes in the UK as well. So if it has happened before, I would probably disagree with it. If some people are pushing for it, I would probably disagree with that. But this still doesn't get us anywhere near the intentionality aspect of white genocide.
I really like the way you say an awful lot of words very quickly, yet say nothing of substance. That's a real skill.
If I ever say something and you don't understand what I'm saying, I can break down whatever. Okay, because every word I say is very intentional. And if you don't understand, if you're not following something, just tell me and I will re-explain it for you. Okay, I'm not just talking into the ether.
You stated that. You know, a white person shouldn't play a role like Martin Luther King, yet black people are now playing the roles of, you know, English kings and queens. The fact is, that's another interesting point that you raised yourself that defeats your own argument, that when a black person plays a white historical character, everyone cheers and applauds in the press, the media, on social media. If you speak out against it, you get into trouble. Whereas if Mel Gibson...
I mean, there's a bunch of people who didn't like fucking like 007 becoming black just because. And it wasn't just like fucking alt-right media either. There was like a bunch of I guess middle of the lane people, or literally just average progressives even. Like think it's dumb. I don't know. It's not that far out there to think that kind of stuff is dumb.
You know, cast to play Martin Luther King, there'd be outrage. You could not have. You could not have a white person play a black person, and you know,
I never said that a white person couldn't play MLK if they wanted to. I'm just saying that you have the option to discriminate there for artistic purposes or for other purposes in the United States.
I'd love to see Mel Gibson as Martin Luther.
Sure, if you want to. Also, are you saying there are black people playing like historically accurate English kings? Or are you talking about like Lord of the Rings or like fictional things?
No, I'm talking. There was a black actress recently cast to play Anne Boleyn.
Okay, I mean, if they want to do it, they can. But I mean, like, if I'm saying that if white people want to play historically black
people
whatever,
being erased from their own history.
All I'm saying is that if you want to discriminate on the basis of race for some things, like for instance hiring actors or whatever, then you have the opportunity to do that as somebody that's hiring out that type of talent.
Right. My point was that the first thing the establishment does is say there is no discrimination on the basis of race. Everything has to be done on the basis of people's skills and people's ability. And that on the surface sounds very good and very fair. You have an ability-based system. So the best person, the best qualified gets the job. That is equality of opportunity. But equality of opportunity doesn't last long, because the next law passed is always one that ensures equality of outcome. So at first they say, right, there can't be any vetting on race at all, and then once that law has passed, they then pass another law saying, but you have to have a certain ethnic quota inside your company. So even if the white guy is the best guy for the job, he can't get the job. You've got to give it to an ethnic minority. So all of these laws, when put together, show intentionality. They show a system that is actively being designed, actively being tinkered with, actively being geared towards dispossessing white people and turning them into second-class citizens.
Do you not think there might be other reasons why people would advocate for affirmative action type pushes for more minority representation, or can the only explanation be white genocide?
There's one question here, my friend. You either want equality of opportunity or you don't. Now, if this was about equality, it would be about equality of opportunity, and the best would rise to the top. Now, I'll tell you this. I have no problem whatsoever.
The British accent is really helping here, because holy fuck, this guy is saying a lot of words and saying nothing at the same time. Oh my god. I remember why I shut off this debate earlier, or like, I think it was yesterday, because Jesus Christ, this guy's like, listening to him is like watching paint dry. I can't.
When I see black people dominate certain sports. Like
Is he even
track
answering my
sports, like
questions? I don't even remember what the
sprint
fuck
or
I asked this guy.
doesn't
He's just
bother me at all.
monologuing.
Hold on,
like-
wait. What was my question? Do you remember what my
I don't
question
lose
was?
sleep over that. But
Wait. Do you remember what my question was?
yeah, I do. You said, could there be other reasons why this is done?
Yes.
And I'm explaining why this is part of. I'm answering your question with an example, so hopefully you will understand what I'm saying. I'm not bothered, and I don't think any white person in the world is bothered when black people dominate certain tracks.
Okay, I'm gonna try to
But then
like
when
do
white
counter
people
rambles, I
dominate
guess, if
something
that's
like
how we're playing
swimming,
this.
Or another sport like that, there is a massive
not answering the
nationwide
question,
campaign. There's newspaper articles, there's social media posts, there's blog posts, there's people going mad on Twitter saying, why
This
isn't
fucking drum,
swimming
there it is.
more black, or swimming is too white? And it's always a one-way street. White people aren't complaining that there aren't enough white people running the 100 meters, but there are people complaining that there aren't enough black people swimming, or there aren't enough black people playing another sport where blacks are historically
Okay,
less
that's also
represented on
dumb.
the basis
Why are you just want to
of
monologue and
equality
complain about
of
random
opportunity.
shit?
They're not as gifted
Oh my
in those
God. I
particular
can't with
sports.
this guy.
Why
He's
does
not
that
even answering
happen?
the
Why
question.
is there always a drive to get more ethnic minorities into things that white people excel at, but there's no drive to get white people into events or fields which black people excel at?
Okay, so the problem is that oftentimes when people talk about equality of opportunity, they have a very naive look on what opportunity means. A lot of people will say something like, equality of opportunity just means you have the opportunity to apply for a job, or you have the opportunity to play a sport. And they'll literally like just give you a ball and say, well, here you go, everybody's on the same playing field right now. But that's not typically how opportunity works in society. Opportunity can be determined not only at birth, but sometimes before birth. It might be where your parents are born. It might be the types of friends and family that you have around you, like as an adolescent growing up. It might be the types of schools you go to. There's like a whole bunch of, it might be the societal influences from television shows and movies. So when we talk about what equality of opportunity means, I think generally when people push for affirmative action type things, and I'm not saying I necessarily agree with this, but I understand the argument. It's not trying to just say we want more women and more black people even though they suck. The idea is that there are certain groups that have disproportionate adversities that they face earlier in life that other groups won't face, typically, usually white people, won't face these adverse opportunities. So the goal is to give them kind of a leg up to either keep up, catch up, or to serve as examples for other minority people so that they can step into those roles later on, hopefully without help. The idea behind any affirmative action program, ideally, if you're not being crazy, is that you have a little bit in the beginning and then that kind of spurs on or encourages some like genuine interest or motivation from that group of people, and then eventually they can get into those positions less any affirmative action. A really good example of this is the United States, where we drove really hard to get women to go to college, and now they're going to school so much they're like dwarfing men in college. It's like 60-40 in terms of the graduation rates for women now in college versus men. So I don't think that equality of opportunity just means that every single person is given the exact same job application. I think that's a really naive way to look at it. I think equality of opportunity goes a bit deeper. People try to tinker with this in all sorts of different ways, whether it's affirmative action in school, whether it's hiring preferences in jobs. Some of these I would agree with, some of these I wouldn't agree with. If you want to talk about any one of those specific policies, that's fine. But to just say affirmative action, therefore white genocide, I think kind of misreads the intention of every single person at every level of society that's trying to implement some of these changes. I don't think a sociology or an anthropology professor in a college, I don't think a sociology or an anthropology professor in college is thinking, we're going to get rid of these white people. Or I don't think like a politician is thinking like, we're going to get rid of these white people. Or I don't think somebody hiring somebody is like, we're going to get rid of these white people. I think that there can be broader cultural movements in a certain direction where people are trying to encourage everybody in society to have more of an equality of opportunity, that it's not just meaning like everybody can sign up for a certain job. That's
No, I didn't say that though, did I? I said what they have done is they have married anti-discrimination laws with laws that then actively discriminate against whites, which shows intentionality.
So I can just explain what I said again, but just because you have an anti-discrimination law doesn't necessarily mean you're showing the intentionality of a white genocide. You could be coming at this from the point of view of, hey, certain groups of people in society are highly privileged or have had a lot of opportunities and other groups of people haven't. Therefore, we're going to enact some policy to give another group of people a leg up. Now, we can argue whether or not this is a good or bad way to approach society. Personally, I don't like a lot of affirmative action programs, but to say that because this affirmative action program exists, it displays an intentionality towards white genocide is a massive leap.
No. What we're doing here, Destiny, is we're painting a picture. And each one of the things that I am talking about, if taken alone within a vacuum on their own, might be an interesting discussion in itself. However, they're not all taken on their own within a vacuum. Everything that I've talked about so far tonight is part of a bigger picture. They're all intertwined and interwoven, and they are all pointing, when looked at together as a group, in the same direction. So, when you take the fact that white people are not allowed to advocate for their own interests, when you take the fact that white people are deplatformed when they advocate for their own interests, when you take into account you can talk like you're doing on YouTube about this issue now, but only from your point of view, then you throw in the anti-discrimination stuff, then the affirmative action stuff, and you put it all together, and you put many other things together, it starts to build a bigger picture. And that bigger picture is that we are not only being replaced, which you've already agreed we are, but this replacement is being carefully managed and is not building some wonderful place of equality, some great wondrous world where everyone sings Kumbaya together and gets on. It's building a world where white people are intentionally being turned into second-class citizens, and where white people are not only discriminated against, but are actually treated, when they become minorities, as a hated minority. And often horrific crimes are committed against white people by ethnic minorities, and the state actively covers them up to ensure that other white people don't start advocating for their own rights and don't start pushing back against the multicultural system.
There is a way where you can take a collection of facts and points and you can try to draw whatever story that you want. But when you tell me that there is an intentional effort to get rid of the white race of people and replace them, and I do agree that we're being replaced, but everybody's being replaced by mixed race people. You seem to agree with that in the beginning, that black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, and white people were all being replaced, we're all being genocided by mixed race people. No. So as long as we agree that that's happening, and as long as we agree that all of these disparate little points in society are moving in that direction, but if I can show you, and you also seem to agree, that if every single actor in this area is not trying to cause a white genocide, I'm not trying to cause a white genocide. I don't think most politicians are trying to cause white genocide. I don't think the people that vote for these politicians are trying to cause white genocide. I don't think most employers are trying to cause white genocide. If we agree that none of these people are acting in an intentional manner, sure, you can try to paint together a big picture where at the end of the day you can say, well, hey, look, we're moving towards this direction, therefore intentionality. But like conventional wisdom would tell us that this is something that we absolutely shouldn't do. There's literally the age-old saying of the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You know, you can get to different areas of society that you might consider not good with a whole bunch of well-meaning people that aren't intending to genocide white people. And I don't think that just a collection of facts showing a bunch of, you know, well-meaning, potentially liberals trying to say, hey, we need affirmative action, hey, you know, these people are fucked, hey, we need to help these people, and then saying, oh, they're trying to white genocide. I need something stronger than that. I need something better. When you agree that every single step of the way, that every single step of the way. Okay, can you tell me in this whole chain of causality, where does the intentionality come from, and how do they bleed it down to everybody else and nobody even realizes it?
Well, I'll give you a great example of intentionality. In the UK, there have been huge, horrible things that have happened to white people. So you have in the UK a phenomenon known as grooming gangs. Now, grooming gangs are overwhelmingly Pakistani Muslims, and these Pakistani Muslims prey upon overwhelmingly white schoolgirls, many of whom are underage. Now, at conservative estimates, hundreds of thousands of these white schoolgirls have been preyed upon by these Pakistani Muslim grooming gangs. By the largest estimate, which is from a British Labour MP, Sarah Champion, you can look this up, she claims around 1 million girls have been targeted or have been victims of these gangs in some way.
1 million
now,
girls?
There has been a massive police, social services, and local government cover-up of these crimes to intentionally protect that racial minority and to prevent white people looking at what's going on and saying, this is bad, multiculturalism isn't working out well for us, we need to stand up for our own rights. So the government covers this up. So if there wasn't intentionality, and if the government was acting in the interests of the majority, which are still white Britons here in Britain, they would look at something like the grooming gang problem and say, look, white people are being targeted, this is unfair. this is racially or ethnically driven, we need to do something about it. But instead of that, they cover it up. Why cover it up?
Can you think of any other reason? I'm assuming that all of this is true, and unfortunately I don't have the background to know whether or not your particular claims are true or not, but let's say that they were true. Is your claim then that the police officers, you're saying, so who was involved in this cover-up? Let me ask you for one or two parties that were involved in this cover-up.
The police were, you can Google, I'll give you some specific examples.
So you're saying the police were, so do you think that
South
the police...
Manchester police officers were specifically told to, and I can quote this, investigate other ethnic groups. Do not investigate Pakistani Muslims for grooming offences. And there have been cases where white fathers have gone to places where their daughters were being raped and they were arrested rather than the rapists. There are cases where white girls have been repeatedly raped by dozens or hundreds of men. And when they have gone to the police and made a complaint, the police have
I would need some kind of like actual hardline evidence for this. It isn't just like some Breitbart article. I would need to like see these people in person or some shit, because I refuse. 1 million girls, 1 million white girls raped by Arab immigrants in like Britain. I call complete BS. No fucking way. No fucking way. No fucking way.
Arrested them for prostitution to silence them. All of these things have come out. This has been going on for years. There has been a massive establishment cover-up. And when the establishment ordered a full inquiry into this, they then said the inquiry wasn't fit for public consumption and sealed it. And you're going to say, well, we don't know what was in the inquiry. I can take a calculated guess.
Well, are you saying that nobody was arrested by this, or the reports weren't made?
People have been arrested now, but it was covered up for decades, and there have been hundreds of thousands of victims, overwhelmingly white. Why would the state knowingly cover up crimes like this, which are perpetrated along ethnic lines, when white people are the victims? Because I can tell you this now, if white men were going out and specifically targeting ethnic minority children for any type of crime, let alone a sexual crime, they would be arrested, they would be locked up, and the key would be thrown away. But when ethnic minorities do that to white people, they are protected, it's covered up, and it is kept
bullshit to me.
by social services, local government,
sounds like the most bullshit story.
So when I'm looking at, I'm trying to look up reports here now that are coming out of the Home Office related to this. This is saying that about 85% of the people that made up these rape gangs were white men.
No.
Do you deny this?
No.
Okay, what source are you using to counter that? I'm curious, because if you're going to start bringing up like specifics, then I've got to start digging through, because I don't know, you could just be feeding me a whole bunch of bullshit.
I'm not feeding you BS. You can look at press reports, look at the names of the people.
No, hold on. Press reports and names of the people do not establish a trend or any particular point of data. No, they don't. So you said there were millions of rapes. So you've read through hundreds of thousands of names of rapists?
I said a low ballpark estimate is hundreds of thousands. High ballpark is around 1 million.
Okay, so and you're telling me you read through hundreds. How would you know the majority of the rapists were Pakistani or North African or
this
whatever?
This is a problem. Asian? No. Pakistani Muslims. Specifically, this happens in communities that are Pakistani Muslim, and they specifically target white British girls. This has been a scandal in Britain that has recently sort of been exposed, and more light is being shone on it. And some of the cases are absolutely horrific.
Sure. So when you talk about individual cases,
in the government, the police, and social services knowingly covered this up to protect the multicultural society. Because multiculturalism, for people like you, people in the establishment, it's become almost like a god.
Okay, so this is not responding to what you're saying. So in looking this up, it seems like there was one very early report that was based on shoddy data that tried to claim that most of the people here were Pakistani, but when this was researched more, it seems like the majority of the rapists in these rape gangs were white men. This idea, okay. Well, that seems to be because I googled it now because I haven't followed the rape gangs. So do you think the 2020 Home Office report, was this just all lies or bullshit or what?
The Home Office report into this was actually sealed. It was never fully released.
Okay, so some of the claims that came out of this regarding the percentage of white men that were rapists, you think that number is just fabricated, or?
I am saying the vast majority of men involved in this were Pakistani Muslim descent. When you look at those...
Yeah, but why do you say that? How do you know that?
When you look at those that have been charged, you look at their mugshots, you look at the data, you collate those who have actually been arrested for this, and you look at them, you can see who they are. Now, this is one of the things.
Wait. What percentage of rape? Don't try to assert
so
bad faith.
you're just taking random pictures that, I mean, anybody can just choose random pictures in a quote-unquote study and then say, oh, out of these random pictures that we have, we somehow got fucking mostly Muslim people doing these rapes. And by the way, you can trust my evidence because I'm only advocating for white people, so there's absolutely no reason why I wouldn't choose, you know, Muslim immigrants and then try to hide all the white people who also did these rapes, right? It's not like I don't have a conflict of interest in this. Oh boy. All right.
Hold on, no, wait. You've done this multiple times. You keep trying to say, hold on. No. Everybody's eye sees different things. We all consume different media. You should know this better than anyone else listening right now, that all of us are in different media environments. All of us consume different types of media. By your own admission, if you're saying there's a huge multicultural project, then there's probably a ton of people that have never seen what you're talking about before. So don't say my eyes have seen something and then pretend that that establishes a trend. When I'm trying to find some credible reporting on this or some credible thing, and I see that there is a Home Office report that was prepared that says 87% of the people involved with some of these rape gangs were white men, or that seems to be the consensus, and then you're telling me, well, that's not true because I've seen reports. Then I need to know what you see.
I can give you a report. Vulnerable children are being failed by the floppy left who failed to speak out against groups of Asian men. We say Asian men here when we mean people from the Indian subcontinent who have sexually exploited young white girls, according to a former front bench Labour MP. So that's a left-wing source.
Okay, wait. Why would I care about what one member of Parliament
was fired
says?
From Jeremy Corbyn's shadow cabinet after she wrote an article in the Sun claiming Britain had a problem with British Pakistani men raping, exploiting white girls. Fired for talking about the sexual abuse of children because it goes against the multicultural narrative.
Why would I care about what one MP says over like an actual official prepared report? Why?
Why would you care about what one MP said? Because that one MP is the MP for Rotherham, and Rotherham is a place where over 1,400 girls were sexually abused by these Pakistani grooming gangs, and this was the epicenter of the news when it broke because it was such a big scandal. And you only have to take a look at the men.
You didn't answer my question at all.
Well, I just did.
Did this person have some research published? Did they do a study? Did they like go to the individual like police and like this is the data they gave me, or is this person just saying some shit and because you happen to agree with them, you want to?
Yeah, the Labour MP just made it all up. You see, this is what you do again.
Hold on, wait. Are you telling me? No, I want to hear that. You're telling.
He's trying to say that politicians don't lie, bro. Oh my lord, this dude's trying to say, oh yeah, politicians don't lie. The MP in a certain area definitely wouldn't lie to like get favor from their constituents, right? Politicians definitely don't lie ever, right? That just never happens. Holy fucking shit.
Telling me it's inconceivable that a politician might make something up? I want to hear that. I'm so curious.
Reality. Observable reality is something you see with your own eyes. So when you read the stories about these men being prosecuted, and you look at their names, you see their pictures, you see their reports, you see who make up these gangs. But because you have to not accept what I'm saying at all times, you have to find increasingly outlandish ways to write off what I say as being untrue. Because you could never accept this point, because if you did, you would lose everything you have in your life.
Okay, so
just as I have lost
to be clear,
things in my life for speaking the truth about.
You're telling me that a cabal of people is controlling the global political system from the top down, trying to push a message of white genocide or multiculturalism for the purpose of eliminating white people. And in order to prove what you're saying is true, you're going to cite one of the very same politicians that's owned by that shadow cabal of people? Like it supports your argument? You must understand how ridiculous this sounds.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound ridiculous, because if you listen to the words coming out of my mouth,
I've heard all of them.
The words
Go
that
ahead.
I read from the report, she was sacked when she finally did speak out.
Wait, but was she sacked because she was being a truth sayer, or was she sacked because she was saying a bunch of shit with no research or report behind it?
She dared say something critical of the multicultural system, which dovetails back exactly to what we said at the very start of this.
So you can't engage with the topic.
Wait. I have the story out of the Daily Mail, and then I'll let you guys. I'll just read what the Daily Mail wrote because I have a story. Police officers who ignored the sexual abuse of underage girls by Pakistani grooming gangs should be named and shamed, campaigners demanded last night. The demand came after a leaked report failed to identify a key investigator in the Rotherham scandal, which saw at least 1,400 children preyed on between 1997 and 2013. The police watchdog has upheld a complaint that a chief inspector admitted to the father of a victim that abuse was ignored due to fears of increasing racial tensions. He is said to have claimed, with it being Asians, we can't afford for this to be coming out of town, we can't afford for this to be coming out or the town would erupt. But it emerged the officer cannot be identified by the Independent Office for Police Corruption. The full document is due to be published later this year. Rotherham MP Sarah Champion said yesterday she found it, quote, difficult to believe that the officer's identity could not be established. She said what we as a town need to see, and definitely for the survivors to get closure, they need to see the cases of misconduct. They need to see people held to account. And there's more in the story, but that's the gist of it, I would say.
So how many, I just want to ask you this, Destiny. How many underage white girls have to be raped to ensure the multicultural society runs smoothly?
How do you determine which members of parliament you trust when they say things?
The point is...
the point is you're picking and choosing politicians. I would rather look at reports and data and research than like, well, I saw all the reports on the Daily Mail.
You don't care because you don't want to criticize the multicultural society, which is why you're part of the problem. You would be happy for white children to suffer in silence as long as nobody criticizes the multicultural society. That's clearly your point. Now, you'll argue that it's not, but I can see in the chat, that's what everyone's saying. Not in your chat, I'm not watching your chat, I'm watching the general chat on Ralph's stream. But people in the chat on Ralph's stream, that's the point people are making. Do you condemn these Pakistani Muslim groomers who did these horrible things? And why would you think the system would actively try to cover this up?
I condemn all racists, or not racists. I condemn all rapists. Well, I condemn racists too, but I condemn all rapists. I generally think if you rape people, I think that it's generally a bad thing. So back to my earlier question: how do you decide which members of parliament you trust versus which ones you don't trust? What makes her so special?
The point that I made earlier. The point that when she finally admitted to the truth. She, like everyone else that we've spoken of earlier...
Wait, how do you know that was the truth?
Textbook conspiracy.
Do you understand that you put yourself in a world where if a politician says something you agree with, it's the truth? Okay, observable, common sense, it's self-evident.
Do you know what you're like?
Self-evident.
I could say on this stream that falling into the blades of a combine harvester would be a bad thing, and you would ask me for some kind of scientific or learned report to prove that with data.
Yep. You think the anti-intellectualism makes your point stronger? Like,
you know, clearly falling into a combine harvester is a bad thing, but you'd be like, where's the
Do you know why I actually know that you're incorrect? Is because I saw a lot of the reports coming out of those rapes, and I saw that they were all white men.
They weren't white men.
I saw them. I saw those reports. They were all white men.
You see people, he's lying to
No, I'm not lying. I saw them with my own eyes. I saw the reports. They were white men. You didn't see those?
And when you're on the back foot, this is what the attack reduces it to a mockery.
I'm trying to illustrate the absurdity of your evidence. Let's say that both of us disagree. Let's say that we both.
One at a time. Go ahead, Dustin. Let him go ahead.
Let's say we both disagree on what we've observed. How would we reconcile as two men of society, of culture, that have brains that we can use? How would we reconcile our observed differences here? What would we appeal to figure out who's right or who's wrong?
Well, number one, the first thing we would actually do, and I've been on the ground in these places, so I actually know the truth. I've actually worked within these communities. I've seen the damage this has caused.
Have you seen anybody getting raped?
Have I seen anyone getting raped?
Then what the fuck? What does this have to do with anything?
What it has to do with is the fact you are reducing the suffering of these people to a complete mockery. You're sitting there snickering when it's white girls getting raped. And I'm doing this for a reason, because obviously your people, the people watching your stream over on your YouTube channel, they're not going to agree with me. But this is this is a very, very illustrative point. I'm talking about these horrific crimes, and you're sat there snickering. And you're snickering because it's white girls and white people suffering. You would not be snickering away now if this was white men doing this to black children.
If somebody was making an argument as ridiculous as the argument you're making, I would be snickering no matter what the supposed victim or perpetrator were. That's great. That's because you don't know who I am.
He has no fucking idea. Destiny has laughed at like fucking the far left people. All the fucking. I hate this. What's this guy? Hold on. What's this guy's name? I want to debate him myself, honestly. Ethan Ralph. Is that the guy? Can I debate this guy myself? I kind of want to. Alt-right American podcaster. Is he debating Ethan Ralph or is he debating somebody else? Fuck it, dude. I haven't debated someone fun in a while. Let's see. Shit, where is it? Okay.
White replacement is taken open in that manner. Now, rather than being called as a conspiracy, or the demographic replacement of those of European descent is genocide, or the demographic replacement.
Go straight into it. Hold on, let's do Q&A. Maybe the questions we'll ask.
That I'm gonna ask too. I think we've we fulfilled everything pretty much, but we'll do closing statements too, of course. And any callers, if you want to jump in real quick, we might take some quick callers.
Just real quick, Ethan. If anything is like TOS breaking, I have to eject immediately.
Yeah, I can.
If anything's terms of service breaking, if you spit any truth, if you say anything that might offend the sentences, Destiny doesn't want to lose those sweet YouTube bucks.
So we say a lot of offensive things here. We say a lot of true things here. They're hard truths, but we can do all of it without having to without getting banned somehow. It seems like it's possible to do it. Maybe one day you'll figure it out.
Well, allegedly, but I respect that. All right, I'll keep it a second. I came back and says, for Destiny, when the Hassan Piker segment of the left brags about white people disappearing, do you feel he is fanning the flames? If the numbers go down, do you feel the rhetoric could be changed? Twitch streamers memed in 2016, but now say, fuck white people. I hate white people, according to them. I hate white people. Anti-white slurs are fine, according to them now. Should this stop?
Yeah, I think it's super cringe. I'm glad that Twitch actually surprisingly took a stance against it. They started banning people using cracker as an insult. I thought that was funny. Yeah, I think that all of the fuck white people and the Mayo side and the white genocide shit is ultra cringe and should stop immediately. I think it should be treated the same as any other kind of racist attack.
All right, K-Max, I'm going again. I'll kick it to Mark, and you can answer this next, though, Destiny, because it's for both. It says for both. Economics is always mentioned for immigration, but what about culture? Whenever I attend a large party, most immigrant groups just stay among themselves. Thus, you see enclaves in society such as all Korean neighborhoods, Pakistani ones, Chinatown, etc. Does this promote social trust? And I'll let Mark start and then Destiny.
Well, this is an interesting point, and I'll actually pause the game I'm playing here to answer it. The fact is, when you see small amounts of people moving in...
Who is this guy? Does this guy just not have any social media at all? I want to debate this guy. Who the fuck is this? Because Ethan Ralph is the guy who set up this debate, I guess. Hold on, can I? Maybe if I go to their website, it'll show. Or maybe their website is so fucking dog shit that... Oh, Mark Collett. There we go. Jesus. Did I spell it right? Yeah. British neo-Nazi. Does he have a Twitter? Probably got banned off Twitter. It's on YouTube. What the fuck is Odyssey, bro? Oh my god. Hold on. I hate my life. How the fuck am I supposed to contact this dude to fucking... Oh my lord! I don't want to go to your shitty ass website. I'm looking up Killstream to go on fucking YouTube. Killstream. YouTube. Huh. He's banned off YouTube. Holy shit. Okay. Wow. There's like no way to contact these people. Fuck it then, I guess. I've been looking up. I actually want to debate this Mark Collett guy, but god damn. You're banned off Twitter and shit. I have no idea how to... Alright. I'm not going through Facebook or fucking... I mean... Do you even have like a... Boy. Even a Discord or something? Going through Killstream is like 50,000. There's no way he's gonna see my thing. Who knows? You know what? Let's see. I'll try to message this guy. Alright. I'm gonna DMing Ethan Ralph right now. Hey, I saw the debate you hosted between Destiny and Mark Collett earlier today, and I don't think Destiny did a very good job of proving Mark wrong. Was hoping I could debate him myself, and since he has basically no social media, I have no way of contacting him. Think we could set up think we could set up Do you think we could set up a date? To do you think we could set up a date for me and him to debate white genocide in the near future? There we go. Hey, I saw the debate you hosted between Destiny and Mark Collett earlier today, and I don't think Destiny did a very good job of proving Mark wrong. I was hoping I could debate him myself, and since he has basically no social media, I have no way of contacting him. Do you think we could set up a date for me and him to debate white genocide in the near future? All right. What course is this? Dustle. I think I'll pass. Fuck that guy. Man. Not too sure what to react to now, because that I couldn't listen to it. That's just horrible and boring. I can't do it, bro. I just can't do it, bro.
Into an area, and those people.
Do we have like? Is there something better to watch, please, for the love of God? Xander Hall debates Brittany on the Little Timmy question. What's the Little Timmy question? Oh no.
Your California tax tweet was stupid. Why so hyperbolic on Twitter? You can call it dumb if you want. California taxes you out the ass, and every city is fucking disgusting. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's me being irrational. I don't know if that's me. Maybe I just didn't live long enough in California. But every major city in California is fucking disgusting. All the cell phone reception everywhere fucking sucks. The public transport is fucking ass. The roads are fucking disgusting and disastrous. Homeless problems out the fucking ass. I don't know where the fuck all the tax money goes to. Maybe that's just me being an asshole, maybe, or whatever. I don't know. But, like, yeah, a disgusting, an absolutely disgusting fucking state.
California
in any of the major cities.
Glad I chose Seattle instead of LA to live in the future. God damn.
At Destiny, you barely saw a small part of California. So, I mean, I've been from LA to San Diego multiple times. I've been up in San Jose and San Francisco multiple times. I live down in LA, like Culver City and Glendale. And
hey everybody, today we're debating immigration, and we are starting right.
You know what? Hold on. Let's do modern day. Let's see if I can find something better with modern day debate. Atheist versus Christian, barring the end of flat Earth. Oh Jesus, I can't. Is right replacement real? How many flat Earth debates does he have on his fucking channel? Oh my god! I've seen. Oh, okay. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. There's a whole lot of capitalist versus communism too, as well. 4, 5, 6. 6 in the past 4 months, and I haven't even scrolled all the way down. There's a whole lot. Yeah, there's a whole lot of like socialism versus capitalism, communism versus capitalism as well. It's just, oh, please, something different. It's like the shit that I was like talking about when I first started debating like 4 years ago, and it's still the same shit. Oh my god, there's another one. I missed one. Flat versus globe. I can't. Oh boy, you know what? Let's see. Let's see if I can. Let's see. Hopefully the politics channel can give me something. The politics Discord channel, I mean. Atheist helpline.
Okay, so one of the ways that the feds were able to track people using Tor is doing what's called a timing attack, right? Which means that they could count the amount of time it would take because they controlled all the links between major countries. That it took this route, so this IP communicated with this system, that communicated with this system, and then it came back to one person's house, right?
No
And they
way.
knew that connection
You're
was
missing
them.
something. You're missing
Right.
something. There's
Which part?
there's another attack. The German University of Chemnitz, it was, I think, I'm not quite sure, has a cluster of Tor relays.
Oh.
They see all the incoming and outgoing, or not all, but plenty of Tor-related incoming and outgoing traffic. They can
Log everything and check everything.
they can estimate
Malicious nodes.
exactly. They log where the traffic came from, how big the package size was, and so on.
Really? Yeah. You know, like a big thing that people were talking about, like if you guys know Mental Outlaw, I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually know him.
Yeah, you know, well, yeah, you know him, like you talk.
Yeah, I've talked to him before. We've actually
Really?
had a what you call it, an XMPP conversation once.
Really? Oh, dude, he's on
Yeah.
XMPP. I never used it. I
Yeah,
only use
I
Metrics.
remember him from his shit posting days right there when Yuki installs Gen 2. So
Oh, dude.
permission.
Oh.
What the fuck's that? No,
I started watching, like, actually, I forgot what I wanted to say about him, but like a funny thing is like I was watching Luke Smith, or like I started watching him like 2 years ago or whatever, and I saw Mental Outlaw videos. I was like, man, this guy's a Luke Smith clone, dude. I don't want to watch him.
Yeah.
Until I started watching him. Yeah, cool guy. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So basically, what he was talking about, like how Tor relays nowadays is the
You can't trust
primary.
him.
Yeah. Him or like no, the Tor relay.
No, you can't trust Tor relays.
Yeah. The primary relays, like, I mean, like all of them, like most of them, let's be honest, are like fucking Fed owned. Yeah. So basically, you had an idea, right? I don't know if you've seen this video, his video on it, on the subject, but host your own relays, dude. Like and, like a lot of people did, and I did. Like I literally like took like a $5 like a month like VPS with Volter,
Yep.
just to host it. But the problem with Volter is like it's like 1 terabyte only a month.
Yeah.
Which,
OVH, the way to do it. They have unlimited.
Really?
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll take OVH. Like I think Volter, I had a lot of problem with them. They didn't even want to. Didn't allow me to like send like I created like an email service, and
Yeah.
they like it took them a while. Like it took them like a week to like open my it was like port 25 like for sending emails.
Yeah.
So annoying. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
OVH, they're the good gold standard for that, right?
I believe in them.
OVH, they got the $5 starter VPS right there, right? You can get them in Quebec too, and yeah, they have a public IP. They have unlimited bandwidth. It's only 100 megabits a second, but that's more than fast enough.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So. There's another thing with so when it comes to like a VPS, I wanted to host my own VPN with a
Yeah.
VPS.
You can
Dude.
do that too.
I could, but dude, like the only like reason why, like the biggest reason why I'm using a VPN is because I'm torrenting, right? And I'm scared, like I'm really scared that like I'm torrenting, like the VPS like gets like any kind of notice or whatever, and literally just decide to remove completely my my VPN, my VPS machine.
Yeah.
They could do that,
That's
right?
theoretically possible, right? I wouldn't worry about it too much,
Really?
right? Yeah. Right.
It's not that common.
It happens a lot, right? If you learn to torrent not like a retard, you'll be fine.
Yeah, using private trackers. I don't even know how to be honest. Like,
Yeah,
trackers,
private. Hold on, I'll send you a GitHub for this.
Oh, good news. All right.
Yeah, no, man. This is there we go. It's just the Canadian information distribution here.
Oh. Yeah, man.
But
I'll,
no, it's there's so much stuff. Like, if you're being smart about this, if you're using like pure block and blacklisting IPs of known anti-peer-to-peer groups right there,
yeah.
you'll deal with that issue pretty much immediately.
Oh, okay. And like they
if
don't usually like
Yeah, if you blacklist data center IPs, right, you might prevent yourself from getting seeders who are VPN users, right?
Okay.
But that at least prevents most things from causing issues, right?
Yeah.
And then just learning how to find stuff that's available on the clear web, right?
Yeah. Like there's quite a few French like private trackers that I found.
Yeah, so they would be a good choice. And then open directory. There we go. Right, and this is another one to go visit over VPN right there.
Let me see. Open report.
Right.
Oh, is it like on /d unfortunately? I don't know if you've seen it on 4chan, but it's like how people like torrent like finding anything like people among each other like kind of I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like open torrents, whatever.
Yeah, no, it's
people on Reddit.
it's people that have what you call it, their entire collection.
Oh
right,
wow.
of shit like open because they have like shit tier security, right?
Oh wow. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Like, there's a bunch of Google Drive.
Yeah, Google Drive, a whole bunch of everything. So just see if it's there, right? You should download it over VPN, right?
What is on there?
These are open directories. These
Oh,
are
yeah.
web servers that are improperly secured that allow you to download their shit.
Oh, bro, dude. Oh my
So,
days. Let me open my
if-
VPN actually. Perfect.
Yeah, they've already done you the service of torrenting it for you, so just download it from them. So,
All right, I'm back on my VPN. Yeah, dude.
But it raises the chance that the police will knock on your door.
that is true, right? So this is why we take another example of Canadian case law, right? If there isn't a request for any type of authentication, a username, password, anything like that, it's considered open to the public.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, not everyone is living in Canada.
Yeah,
That
as
is
a
true,
Canadian citizen.
right?
I'm pretty
Yeah,
Are
but
you-
he is located.
Are you even able to see the moon?
Hmm?
It
right
was
now?
a meme a few years ago that Canadians weren't able to see the moon.
Why? How
But
come?
yeah, we can see them in.
I doubt it. Someone on the internet told me otherwise.
Alright.
If you live in the city, I don't know.
But
You got
no, I live out in the countryside, so yeah, I can see them in no problem. I can also see the stars.
Wait, you can see the moon even in like the brightest parts of the city. The moon's not like
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
the stars
It
are
is
blocked
a
out, but not the
bullshit
I
moon.
mean-
meme to piss off Canadians.
Buildings are like blocking like that. I mean, for me, like, there's probably buildings blocking it.
Don't spur.
Spurg. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like at least in Canada, right? If there's no no password on your shit, it's considered open to the public. Enjoy.
Full-
So
Oh, bro, this guy's dropping like an IP address, and apparently it's full of Japanese
stuff.
Yeah,
But
that is.
yeah, and the funny thing is right there, right? You can literally just go ahead and what you call it? Open it up.
So okay, let's say you're hosting a Google Drive with a bunch of music, bunch of like games, whatever. Like I'm seeing right there, like on the thing.
Yeah.
Since it's someone else hosting it, you're downloading it from their Google Drive.
You're good.
I'm
Canadian
good,
law
okay.
style. You're Canadian law. You're fine.
Base, dude. Base. All right.
Yeah, because you're not seeding it back. You're not uploading, so you're not the one that's in trouble, right?
Yeah, that is good actually. Thank you.
Yeah. So,
Power.
little trick right there.
There's another I forgot. There's another Reddit like post, not post, but like I forgot how you called it, like threads, I guess. About piracy, dude. That is, what was it called? Mega thread or whatever.
For sure, piracy, yeah.
Yeah, it's so big, dude. You got like everything you need. Like any kind of noobs could just like go there and like start learning how to. I don't know. Not even. They got like a bunch of private trackers. Not only that, like streamings, gaming stuff. Like I don't know. I use them time to time. Yeah, but yeah, if you're using like public trackers, just VPNs, dude.
Mm-hmm.
A choice, you know, and then eventually nobody has a
Yeah.
home, right? That's pretty fucking brutal.
It is brutal.
Yes.
It's hard.
And have you noticed how all this talk about equal pay, right? Equal pay is fine, but men, have you noticed how a lot of men are actually not getting paid very well?
Yeah.
That's because a lot more women are now graduating.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's a distraction. It's a distraction, right? It's a fucking distraction. The real issue is whether it's the woman or the man or whatever your fucking relationship is, right? Only one of you should be able to, should need to work to be able to afford a house and at least one
The
car.
problem
and-
is, let's say you have a couple
Right.
who actually doesn't.
So okay, if I have equal pay, fine. But if both of you are earning $40,000 or 50 or 60, and it's not even keeping up with housing inflation, then it's just a fucking distraction.
But that's a fucking issue with the way the current world is ran. We already have massive labor shortages. It's like you can't just solve this by saying, "Oh, women can't work," because
Yeah,
then
they
after
can't.
that, like,
I didn't
Even
say
during
women
the
can't
time,
work.
even during the time when women were not primarily on the workforce, women still worked. Like we had jobs in factories and things like that because not everybody's going to get married. Some men commit crimes. You know,
Yes.
some husbands abandon their wives. Women have to work.
Some
It
men
happened
die,
in
and then they
traditional
have to work.
society. Exactly, right. And so, like, women have always worked. That's not even, like, a real big issue. It's just that women have never been driven out into the workforce and told to drop their children off at schools in
Exactly.
mass like this. This is what the deal is. Like, women were not... There were schools existed, but it was for families that needed a little bit of help, and most people would homeschool, and they had, like, little homeschooling circuits and systems. And so... I don't know. I think that like women should work, but not in the great quantity that they are, and the children should come first. Like, you know,
And the
kids
thing
come
is-
first.
And the thing is, it becomes a great burden on the state as well. And then you also have the state keeps saying, okay, now I need more taxes, and people are not willing to pay more taxes, etc.
Yeah,
etc.
and then you have like BLM tearing down the whole country,
Oh, boy.
and like
Well, that's
burning
your
it down the
idea.
cities and
No,
literally
that's American
bankrupting
problem.
the whole country.
Yeah.
BLM
That's the
and
Can't have
American
can't
problem.
have a
Tear
single
down the country.
conversation without somebody bringing
That's a
up.
little-
But BLM, I swear to God, please,
Yeah.
please.
They're
For once in your
destroying the
life.
fucking
Taxes.
Once in your life, please.
and
Talk about
communism.
something else.
If you-
It's
if you
so
haven't
fucking
noticed-
boring. Something else,
Welfare,
please.
If you haven't
Welfare.
noticed, like the current
We
neoliberal
burn down
worldview
the
is
country.
actually decreasing taxes while increasing spending.
This is
somehow.
literally just the new Jewish question. I swear to God.
That's
it
not
is. It's so
neoliberalism.
boring. I hate it.
That
Like,
is neoliberalism.
Everybody's
Right,
Argue
African.
about
that's not
something else,
BLM,
please.
everybody's African.
Man, it got real quiet. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I just.
I
It's
thought my
just.
internet froze. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
It's just getting real annoying at this point, trying to have a conversation about literally anything, and then some fucking idiots like. But also BLM, like, bro, we're talking
What
about
about the Jewish
women in the
question?
workforce.
Like, you bring up that like, you
Drive through the city.
It's
Go-
the new JQ.
Look, no, I'm from close enough to Portland where I've gone over and saw how Portland looked. It's terrible, dude. They changed
Bro,
all the.
We're
schools'
talking
names
about
to, like,
women in the
black ladies'
workforce.
names.
Why did you bring up
They
BLM?
cowered
What
to
the?
the black
But
people.
what does that have to do with
They
women in the
cowered.
workforce?
Portland
We're literally
fell to
talking
the black
about-
people. Low wages. Wages are low because
because
they
of
took
BLM.
over our
Yep.
country, destroyed
Because of
America.
Wages are low because of BLM, bro.
BLM
Yep.
and Antifa.
I
And their
can't.
fucking COVID riots.
Are you serious right now? Please tell me you're trolling.
Yeah, they're spreading COVID from rioting.
Okay, he's
and
trolling.
burning down the cops and
He's joking.
shooting the cops and stealing and looting.
No,
and
but that's-
raping and shooting and murdering.
No, that's just what Americans do, right? Like it's sort of
what black
in
people
their
do, bro.
blood.
This is what black
It's in their blood.
What did Nancy Pelosi say? The people will do what they do, and then she kind of gargled a little bit because she was drunk, something like that.
Yeah, yes, he's
Yeah, it's Nancy Pelosi.
This fucking server, bro. I can't.
The server has gone to shit in the last year. Like it's literally like the worst place in the world. Fucking even the daddy
wasn't
server
much
is a
better
lot
like 3
better.
years ago. Trust me, it was not that much better. It's basically the same.
The daddy, I'm sorry to say, but the daddy server where the pedophiles fucking like go to try to meet up with girls are like literally like is literally more civil than this.
The daddy server.
I mean, of course, because they are pedophiles and get together, right? Pedophiles would agree with each other. I'm pretty sure. If you're all pedophiles, you're all like each other, right? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
got
a
banned
pedophile
from there
though, so-
because I
How do you get banned from a
because I went to
pedophile server?
No, I just went to every channel and just said pedo until I get banned.
It's like literally called the daddy server.
Yep.
But then sometimes, right? You gotta go deep. You know.
Every day we flee farther from the holy light of the Lord.
But go deep.
Yeah,
You
you
know
gotta
what I'm
go deep there every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
You know,
By the way,
you know,
there's a great solo music video by one of the Saudi princes, right, called "No Woman, No Drive." It explains basically their perspective.
Jesus Christ.
No, because you gotta go deep, right? You gotta
Shut
go
up.
deep sometimes.
Yeah, it goes on into very deep. It's inspired by Western pop music. So yeah, you should watch it. It will make you understand why a woman should not drive or not work or stay in the house and make lots of babies.
I mean,
I'll post it in guess that.
I'm not in.
We gotta get the redheads pregnant. They're going extinct.
So what?
The redheads are going extinct.
So what?
We gotta get them pregnant so we can still have redheads. For like our great grandchildren get to have some redheads.
You have hair dye for that.
But they have like such light skin and freckles.
Guns, bro.
No, but we can use the enemy of my my enemy's enemy or something.
You relax.
Make public
The enemy of
all
my
the
enemies,
atrocities
my
committed by the Russian government.
Other countries? Live in other countries, like in Germany?
I lived 3 years in Mexico, so I don't mind. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hello. New people.
So yeah, I don't mind. It's all about like opportunity at work and what you see in it. Like if you have like a family and children and whatever in your country, and like getting out somewhere else would be a hassle, most people won't go. I was like single. I had a profession. I had an opportunity in Mexico. I went lived there for 3 years until I might have stayed if I had like my project would continue. My project got cut, and also with COVID and stuff, I wanted to return home to support my mother. So I returned.
No. Yeah. That's good, man. You are now living with your mother. And
No, I'm
taking
not.
care of-
I'm not living with my mother. I'm just. I'm living in my own apartment.
Oh, okay. Got it.
All right, I can't. This it's a dead time for the server, I guess. Holy fuck. No good debates. No, it's NGS?
What is it you need? Come again. Come again.
This fucking guy.
Come again. Come again.
Big glider? Well, it's like
Take that. Take that. Let's settle this.
That's funny.
Welcome.
And he's still level 31, not even max level yet. What the fuck?
Mission accomplished. Thank you for your contribution. Welcome.
Guys just doing outfit shit. Doesn't even care about the game.
What is it you need?
I should probably change what category I'm in. I'm not even listening to debate stuff anymore. I gave up on that prospect for the day. Probably the week. Just, Man, this loading screen. What the fuck? I keep forgetting that the game like almost crashes every time you transfer them from. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. I love this emote. Oh yeah, my mag changes too when I go to this. God damn it. Wait, someone... You messaged me by X? Ooh, I'll take that. Emotes. Alright. I thought that was, maybe that was one of my alliance members chatting me up.
What is it you need?
Oh shit. Oh no.
Come again.
Best of Blade? I guess we'll take that too. I'll take those as well. Take that as well.
Come again.
How much are these? Oh, they're really cheap, yeah. Yeah. What do I want it? I think that's fine. I'm broke in this game. Even though I have like 10 times more Meseta in this game. Nope, well not 10 times, 3 times more. The fucking inflation in this one is so high. 34 million is nothing. Wait. A bunch of soybeans. I go vegan now. Hey, where'd he go? Yeah, I had all of them. That's crazy. Huh. So much shit in here. Jesus. Alright, let's go. Back to MGS. Let's check out these emotes. Check out these emotes. Oh, I'm on block 10. Nice. The block I want to be in. GG. There we go. Nice. That's enough. Let's test out these emotes that I get. The fuck is that? Why does it look so weird, bro? They don't know how to do like armpits and shit. The stretch is so weird. Reading 2 plus. Huh. Oh no. Dignified greeting, operating term, and a pet. Huh. Finally got the pet emote. Let's go. That's actually a pretty good one. There was a few that I got. Where are they? Is it Neon? No, what? Deep bow, observe. Think? No, I already had that one. I did get a new pose. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. Nice, 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 nice.
Drop in again sometime.
Oh wait, one of the purples are right next. Okay. Where's my... Huh. Right. I guess I might as well use one of these as well. The show on the road. somebody drop out? What the fuck? Did somebody crash? Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, we're not. I tried doing melee, but we're not making much headroom. Huh? Yeah, we don't have a ranger yet. We have a gunner. We'll see how this goes. Oh, he is a ranger. Nice. That'll make this a lot faster. Right, lock on. There we go. Oh no! Ooh, it was close. Wow. This is the dumbest thing ever. We're to get robbed out of the fucking down. Close. Yeah, we saved like a minute of time on that one. Ooh, my FPS. Out. Yeah, Ralph did that down damage. Oh no! Pulling this thing now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're speed running this bitch. Oh my god, I almost died. I don't know. Oh no. Fucked it up. got my down damage. Can you die already? Die. No! Did the wrong fucking one. I'm so mad. He's still not dead yet. I don't think we're finishing this in time. Highly unlikely. Ooh. The tail one-shots you now. Don't even want to know how much damage those things do. Oh, we tried. Need a little more DPS though. Need some really good damage versus those things. God damn. I got sword. Except attack 1. Not the hardest thing in the world. I face harder content. Wonder how hard it is to get through all 4 of them. Alright. What did I get from that? Dull Soul 3, Dust Soul 2. I've been streaming 2 hours 52 minutes. I think that's good enough for now. Decent stream. Hopefully I can get a good conversation or a good debate to listen to. Because over the past, honestly, months, over the past few months, the debates I've been listening to have been really fucking boring. And I can't really find good conversations on Discord either. I'm in a dry spell of interesting conversations. Oh no. Anyways, as I always say, if you like what I watch and you want to support it, you can subscribe to me on Twitch or support me on patreon.com/xgckazino. If you want to see more content that I put out in like video format, I do that on my YouTube called XGC Kazino. This is my live streaming channel, Kazino TV. And yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And I will see you later.